Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Roy.
Good morning. Good morning. We got a happy Wednesday. It's a interesting start to the morning. It has held its gains from yesterday's big move, so pretty fun.
All right. Happy hump day, happy hump day. Well, we're going to do things a little different this morning. Not changing up really the format, but if you notice, there's nothing on the chart. Not a thing. So we're going to kind of dive in and find some levels and some zones and see what we can trade today. So we're going to start with putting a few zones up. Let's get the mouse down here. We'll go with here's your yesterday's high day. So we're going to draw a zone at this high day. You can notice we hit it. Test this morning. We rejected. Looks like we're going to test it again here pretty soon. And then you can notice this is our low yesterday, right at open. But it takes in all this little consolidation back here. So we're going to take all this in. This is going to be a zone. So here's our two spots we're looking at today. Possibly short if we reject here, long if we reject there. And then Roy was talking about this level yesterday. What we do with the level at Globex level. So we're actually going to take that one in there this morning. So now without even trying, we've got three levels here, three pretty good zones. Kind of all lines out. Pretty simple. This is on the 15-minute chart. If you look overall, I did want to show y'all one thing I found interesting last night, just kind of looking around. So let's zoom out on the 4-hour. Notice we're still holding this trend up. But if you come right here, we're ever so slight, in a little downtrend here. So we're going to draw us a little channel on this downtrend. Catch all that. Don't get too much of it. Now we've got a little channel that we can look at, and you can see it right here. We're going to have either a break or a rejection here. So this actually sets up really well on this zone to look at. So I like that. And then the longer view, we're going to look at this one. And we'll just draw us one. We're going to catch these here on this one. There. And you can see once we're getting tight here, we keep riding this down. We'll come here and then we have to do something. So just get a few little zones real quick. Easy. It's not really hard to draw out. This here, actually. And you can see we catch it multiple times there. So let's drop back to a 15-minute. You can see here's our little channel on our from our 4-hour. See how it plays out. Perfect right here so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty much 6, 7, 8, 9 tests. So I would say that little trend channel has actually been pretty stout so far. So we're going to continue to watch it. There's not really much above. We could do. Gonna look at a little level above. We'll come up here because we're flirting, out some highs and stuff up here. So we'll get us one there. If we do get a break, we'll look for a reversal around this area. So you can see it doesn't take long. We are 5 minutes in, and we've already got levels drawn out we can trade today.
Nice job. Nice. Real quick, for your parallel channels, can you go over your settings for that? So I noticed you have like a constant move, right? For example, it draws it to the rest of the chart. It kind of magnetizes to the point. So just some basic stuff for us to see.
Well, on the channels, there's really not much to look at. So
okay,
I keep a middle line, keep a channel, keep a middle line. I just extend right. I don't extend left. And there's nothing else to it. That's all. And then you can actually add a note. If you want to make a note that this is a 4-hour channel. Let's say we want to keep it in the center of it. Well, Well, you got to go back because
Yeah.
I forgot it's on a 4-hour.
Yeah.
So the center is way, way over there. And it'll stay. It's supposed to stay on the right side of the screen and show it there,
Yeah.
but we'll have to play with it a little more. But you get the gist of it. It's not. I don't try to overcomplicate it. I just find I find a trend. This is you got a smaller trend, of course. Then we have that bigger trend we were looking at. Let's see. So now you got this. No, there's the 4-hour. Here it is. Oh, because it's right there. My bad. We don't need that. I'm gonna take that off because it clears up my screen when I look at things.
You're a simple man.
We got
Can't have all that.
overall channel here. We could actually draw it from here up. It's gonna make it more profound. So if you want to go back further, this goes back to November of last year. Oh, I did not mean to draw that. There we go.
Yeah, that's
probably a little better one.
So on this kind of view in the 4-hour, that kind of latest low, then it kind of made a higher low. Would you draw a channel from there that would kind of intercept with where we're currently at? Yeah, basically from those points to those points. Or one back. Yeah, that one to the next.
Yeah,
one.
you can. So you're talking about coming from here to here.
Yeah.
You can, but see how tight it is. So we're breaking out of this probably right at open. So I mean, if you look at give you a little bit, but you can see the zone, how big that zone is now.
Mm-hmm.
And
gotcha.
We're far as we could go. I was wondering why I wasn't going any further. I just don't like that one as much. I mean, it takes in a lot. It's probably stronger, but I just don't. As far as using it on this, I don't like it that much. Why I didn't. Because we've got our shorter time frame here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to go shorter from that, you would actually go to a 15-minute, and then you would this is going to give you the same thing that pretty much that other one had. You see, we're right on top of it now. So
right.
So this is definitely a down channel. Look, if it's in a down channel, we're looking for the trend to break. So that's why we draw the trend on the top. We're on an up channel. We're looking for that trend to break down. That's why we would draw a trend on the bottom, which on the 15-minute bottom, this one right here is probably a good channel.
Yeah. So a very interesting setup this morning is you could get a breakout, retest, keep moving up, or obviously a rejection, move down to the zone that you've drawn, and see how it handles it.
So there's probably a better one there. Back to 5-minute zoom out. Now these are going to be in the way, but you can see if this was to break, odds are we break this channel anyway. So simple way to draw you some supply and demand zones. These are probably going to stand up a lot better than anything else you could go and find. That's just your previous day's high and low, pretty much. So you look back, those days test a lot more than you think they do.
So you're a guy. I mean, obviously, given this approach, would you go back and do hard level lines, or do you, after you've done this, you just kind of stick to your zones?
Yeah, y'all seen me before. I'll do the like on if we go to a daily, right, where we went in and mapped out the higher lows. It almost broke here, so it kind of broke the trend here. So we're really starting back over again. But yeah, you could do your higher lows and your higher highs. You can mark out real quick just to give you some levels. I don't typically trade off those, but they are good to have. If you're coming to a level, you could get some resistance at that level just because this is the longer time frame.
Yeah. And it's also a reminder that place had some attention, right? So
right.
Kind of keys you in and say, let me look left.
We are soloing it so far this morning. There's nobody in the stream. Where you at, people? Where you at?
Early morning, same time every morning, but apparently this one's earlier.
Well, if Dirty Harry gets on, the monitor is actually out for delivery, so he'll have it today.
Nice.
We did go over 200 subscribers over the night, so that's actually might not seem big to some of you, but it's big to us. So thank you for getting us over 200. Now let's go to 500. That's our goal.
Yes,
so we got to like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe.
So any temptation in any trades this morning? Looking at rejection in the zone, or obviously a breakout. But I've noticed your zone you're going to be monitoring is that 4-hour one. Do you have a 5-minute zone you want to draw or add, or you're just going to kind of concentrate on that one for the more bigger move?
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, right now I'm focused this 4-hour, and if you look at it, actually kind of comes in with the 5-minute. You can see we got made a higher high here, and then we made lower low. So is this a lower low whole area, or do we break back above it here? So
gotcha.
I find this level to be the one that I want to pay the most attention to right now. So today we're going to do something that we don't normally do. I'm going to trade whatever I see instead of waiting. If we break, I'm trading a break. If we don't, not. So we've definitely missed a few better trades that I noticed once we cut the stream off that I'm not hesitating on. So we gotta fix that.
Yeah, the recap that I do, kind of looking back on yesterday at least, and even Monday, was I was proud of ourselves for being patient yesterday. And really, there wasn't many retests of breakouts or any of that stuff until later in the day. You did get some, but during our stream, it really wasn't doing what it normally would do for entries, at least for me, and I think for you as well. But
yeah,
it's that gamma squeeze or whatever it was at that right towards the end of our stream in the early late morning was I think caught a lot of people off guard, but obviously became the signal for the day that we're going to go up.
Yeah. For sure.
Looking at, I'm kind of switch around in my stuff. Look at Mag 7. So these are all yesterday's values, but got Apple basically red to flat. I mean, we'll call it flat, down 7 cents. Nvidia is just nonstop, up another percent here in pre-market. You got Microsoft starting to join the party a bit, up, building on its green day yesterday. As you can see in the pre-market session, it was rocking, and then it kind of came down. It's now kind of coming back up. Google's lagging a bit, but it's on its way up from its pre-market lows. Amazon's green to flat. Meta's green to flat. Tesla's red. So basically a flat start outside of Nvidia, who's rampaging again, up another percent. So that's your Mag 7 in pre-market, 15 minutes for the open.
Going to do one thing. I'm going to lighten that a little bit so we can see that zone better.
Yeah.
As you see, this zone seems to be the key so far. We got Fed Logan speaking now. Policy is not preset. The Fed must remain nimble. Well, there you go, Logan. That's what I'm talking about. Oh. Wednesday morning.
I'm gonna flip over to my
Wednesday
calendar. See what we got. No, that's the show. Yeah, cool. At the stage. Wednesday morning. Israeli interest rate decision in 43 minutes. I know I'm not using Top Step, but just looking at this now. A lot of Fed speaking today. Holy cow.
Yeah, it looks like every Fed speaker today. If you were
Logan.
in the Fed, you're speaking today except Powell, thank goodness.
Logan,
Logan
Barkin,
said,
Williams.
we continue to see a meaningful risk inflation could be getting stuck above the Fed's 2% goal. Ooh. Interesting.
On
and we
CPIE.
And
oh, yeah, we talked. Of course we did.
Less restrictive policy will help avoid cooling labor market more than necessary. They just throwing out the crap now.
Good size.
Upside risk of inflation mean Fed should not rush to reduce rates. Are you going to pop on that too?
Yeah, I mean, the volume showed up, by the way, which is not uncommon this close to the open, but
yeah, we got 12 minutes till open, so we got some new fresh levels here to watch out for. Logan says progress on inflation has been broad-based. Labor market has cooled and remains healthy. Inflation and labor market are within striking distance of the Fed's goals. All righty. Let's do the dang thing. Let's see. We got that little pop. Got right at the top of that little that 4-hour trend zone and didn't go past it yet. So we'll see. Above 5,800 is pretty bullish. Do we come back? That's the thing. I got a feeling today's probably going to be some chop, but you could see some profit taking and shorts covering at the same time too. So that's
ES is practically flat, but VIX is slightly green now too. It went from green to red. At least the S&P 500 VIX.
So what do we do? Logan, spending, economic growth that's stronger than forecast poses upside risk to inflation. Unwarranted further easing in financial conditions could also push demand out of balance with supply. The neutral Fed fund rates is uncertain. Structural economy changes mean it may be higher than pre-pandemic. Well,
I think everything's going to be higher than pre-pandemic.
That's the law of the land. It's so funny when you try to explain inflation to people that doesn't realize how inflation actually works.
Yeah.
Because their point of inflation coming down, well, prices are all going to come back down. No. Inflation stops when prices stop going up all the time. So it has nothing to do with coming back. Yeah. So we're looking for, to hit us point and then plateau off and then run sideways just like a chart does. And the people that don't realize it, it's like, no, it's got to come down for inflation to come down. Like, no, it doesn't. We're comparing this year to last year, so we just need it lower than last year.
Yeah.
Trying to slow that part down. And then when they finally get it, they're like, well, that sucks. Like, absolutely.
Yeah. That's why those 5-cent Coca-Cola signs you see in Cracker Barrel, the Coca-Cola is not currently 5 cents.
Yeah.
It had its jump, and then it leveled off, and then it'll have another jump, and level off.
Yep.
Oh man.
So now the question is, where do we level off at now? Logan said we need a more gradual path for rate cuts. Logan is just going off this morning, aren't they?
Spitting. Bullish and bearish statements all over the place. Yeah, I would say I didn't realize there was that many Fed speakers with FOMC minutes coming out later today. So you're just gonna have landmines all over the place, which can produce chop.
Yeah, be careful with the FOMC minutes. It shouldn't be any surprise, but what they're looking for in that, they're looking for any language or anything that kind of goes against what Powell said. So if you have some, certain ones might have, questioned the 0.25%. It could be a lot of things that are said that kind of gives you a hint of what's happening the next meeting. So typically it ton out of it, but you can see something unexpected in there that can move the market.
I think it was Daily that was the one that said just 25 basis point hike is what she
Right.
supported.
I think you're right.
So,
but let's see if anybody, kind of agreed with it but didn't vote against it. So you can see a lot of things in here.
Yeah, and since we know Daly was the one, I think she speaks after hours tonight. So good thing to know. She'll be a little bit more hawkish than her fellow Fed speakers.
All you Globex traders out there with your crazy stuff.
Yep.
We used to be crazy right there with you.
Oh, we took it. Yeah, we went crazy, then we went crazier, then we went even crazier.
If y'all could have seen some of the chats back in the
day. We tested
trading
the
gold
of prop firms. They offer this. Let's give it a whirl.
Yeah.
Exactly. They can let me do how much? All right.
And look, if you're something I was kind of thinking about yesterday, if you want to be a safer trader, wait till 9 o'clock Central Time before you start trading. Give the market 30 minutes to open, and you should have a direction by then. Because a lot of times you get a fake out the first few minutes, and then when that 4-hour candle starts at 9, which that is a new 4-hour candle start, you tend to get a nice, good move, and with a trend going for some sort of trend, unless we're just complete chop. But even your chops, you still get a trend.
Yeah, it's one of those disciplines that I still struggle with is, when you block off times that you're not going to trade, can you really be upset if you miss a move, right? If you keep yourself available for a trade at all times and you miss a move, it can, again, we talked about trading being a mental game more than anything. It puts you in the wrong mindset. And you're like, I wish I would have just gotten in and my day would be done. And all that. Of course, that's just natural. Everybody's going to say that. But if you can get more data on the screen, get more indicators to your liking, right? For example, right at the open, tide is useless. An hour into the open or 30 minutes into the open, tide's helpful. So just trying to get as much information as you possibly can to get a better trade, but also having the mental discipline of saying, I wouldn't have taken the trade anyway because the move happened before X time that I was willing to trade. And adhering to those rules can be beneficial. And that's something that I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I redrew that while you were talking there. I didn't want to interrupt you. I redrew that little channel. I wanted to be a little tighter here so we can see. So
yeah,
just slightly downtrend. You got here, you got a test. So I think it's still a valid trend. So I just want to make something just a little bit better and not as big as that 4 hour one. You know, you take in, hell, anybody can take in 25, 30 points and have a good move, have a good zone. So you want to keep them tighter where you're actually going to catch it in there instead of being just some huge random number there.
Yeah.
Oh, we got 3.5 minutes till open. As you can see, there's been no trades here. Well, I don't think you've taken any trades this morning either, have you?
No. Nothing so far.
Now, if we'd have woke up early again this morning, you got a perfect move here. It came up and look at the retest back down and popped up. So,
yeah.
But we wouldn't here trading early morning. We're not Top Step TV. We're not doing the England Open with Deanna. That's for Roy Easy there.
Getting a little.
Yeah, getting a little break of this little pop here. So,
yeah.
You see, we're still in that zone there from yesterday. Yesterday's high. So, interesting to see, do we pop that or is that our high day here? We got 2.5 minutes to open. Roy Easy, you would tune in every minute we had Deanna on here, wouldn't you? All right, here we go. Here we go. We got 2 minutes. Logan, spending economic growth that's stronger than forecast poses upside risk to inflation. Okay. Gotcha. Unwarranted further easing in financial conditions could also push demand out of balance. We said that already. The neutral Fed run is uncertain. Yep, got that. So we're caught up on news. And look, we got up there and did not like that area, did we?
Nope.
Did not like that area. We're going to take this and update that a little bit. You'll see me, I get a habit of sometimes I'll be moving the screen, so I try not to do it as much. But when I'm trading, I'll zoom out and zoom in nonstop. All right, we're gonna get looks like a little sell-off here. Open. Got less than a minute till we open. Ask Roy if he would tune in if we had Deanna every single time. I get it. Come down, test the 8. Let's see if we can. Do we get a VWAP test at open, or what do we do? We got 30 seconds. Right at the 8. Could bounce off of it.
Yeah, it's holding that 8 right into it.
Yeah. We're going to do we're going to be patient, but then we're also going to look for a good trade here. So we're not going to take the open and move no matter what. We are going to watch it, but we're not taking the open. We got 5 seconds till open. So this candle should be interesting. And here we are. Let's see. Waiting on MOO imbalance. Boy, if it wasn't pre-market, that would have been a good spot to take it there, wouldn't it?
Yep. Point of controls 57.9750. So we're right on top of that. And we'll probably get a VWAP test down.
Yeah, keep an eye on the 5,800 level this morning.
57.94 is VWAP.
Oh, wow. So this might give you kind of an indication what today might be. So MOO imbalance, S&P was plus 5 million. It's a single digit 5. NASDAQ was +8. Dow was +13, almost 14. The Mag 7 was -4. So you're seeing a lot smaller numbers today. So, which kind of leads me to believe that we're going to have lower volume today. We have lower volume. We could get some god awful chop.
So you got near VWAP, didn't test it, but it is holding above it.
You got CVD is creeping. It's -600. It's nothing. I mean, it was positive, so it's come down a good bit, but it's still pretty much in line. So you are seeing a few. We'll look at Facebook while we're waiting. I mean, Bookmap. I don't know why I keep calling it Facebook. Bookmap, you can see you got that 5790 level, which possibly could be a point to look at. You can see they're keeping all those orders around that 5800. You do have more stacked to the upside, so that's kind of interesting. You could play a VWAP hold here. I'm gonna wait. Personally, I'm gonna see what we do. I'm gonna give it a little bit this morning.
5780-ish, 5778 is your 5-day moving average for those interested in such.
We've got to put a filter on you.
This is where it would be amazing if you just left the studio all again. Just said, I'm done.
Here's my deal with moving averages. You can have the most obscure moving average. This is the 7.25 day moving average, and it's going to hit and it's going to pass and it's going to have its issue. Yeah, but can you trade it? No, not consistently. Just like the 5. You got the 5. Sometimes I see it hit, but sometimes I see it just blow right past it. So
yeah, it'll just nuke it. I think it did that on Monday.
So if you get a lot of that, then I don't find that useful.
Yeah, it blew through it Monday.
Roy doesn't now just start hurting.
It blew through it Monday, and then it held its support yesterday.
Howie must not be in the stream because he's not bringing it up too. So
I mean,
it's holding up. CVD is going to -1000, so it's still nothing, but it is building ever so slightly with it kind of popping back up, which is interesting to see.
NVIDIA was below 134. Now it's back above, so it had a little dip at the open, but let's see if it can find its buyers. It's never-ending buyers. Google went green.
I'm guilty. I've done that. I'm a buyer in the video.
There's no, you're not wrong. I can tell you that. Meta down just $1, 0.23%. Yeah, so 3 out of 7 of the Mag 7 is green.
I remember when back in the Tesla crazy days, and I just kept saying, I can't go any higher. It just kept going higher.
I know.
I can't go any higher. And NVIDIA is the Tesla of its day. There's no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
As far as the market goes. And I had told myself, you know what? Just keep buying it until it, I mean, it is what it is. Make money on it and be happy. Don't keep thinking it's got to come back. Has to top out here, right? Nope.
Right. Nope.
Has to top out here.
I didn't quite get any mojo on that little move up. So
no, not yet. I'm not was kind of showing you, CVD was steadily going to the seller side. So it's at -1600 now.
There's your flow. Yo. Calls off a cliff. Puts starting to rise. Volume on puts. Granted, it's very early. I'll do the holdings. Calls down.
Yeah, still the play so far. We're not going to hate, complain that we didn't take it, but this candle here was the play so far this morning.
Yeah.
But I'd rather be safe here, and because that easily could have went the opposite way on you there.
Yeah.
At that point, you're just guessing.
Got the VIX with some weird candles, which is pretty common given that it's the VIX and it's the open, but do what you will with that. That's a 5-minute chart.
Wow, so it's I mean, this is where I say you see the delay. We just got VIX delayed slightly, so
yeah.
Interesting. Here we are at VWAP. CBD is negative 2100.
I had a previous level at 5791, which is about the 5790 area. So watching for that and see what it does here at VWAP.
And if you look back, you got this whole area here, that area, and then you got all this at that area. So
yeah. Did have a VWAP test in pre-market, and it just bounced right off of it and went to a new high. So are they going to do that as well here to set the new high for the session and then chop it around? Who knows?
You know, a lot of people, y'all couldn't hear me and Roy talking earlier, but if you look yesterday, I mean, we never even tested VWAP.
Yeah. It was madness.
And you can see here, VWAP is still, I mean, it's still holding. So
yeah, it's holding.
We are 8 minutes in and really no trend yet. So it's kind of, this is the boring part of trading. I know this doesn't make for a good live stream. I guess we need to come up with something to do in between chop, but might work on that one later. But as of right now, this is just kind of, hey, let's wait. But this is, if you're a trader, this is what a lot of your trading is. Waiting for confirmation on what you're seeing. Negative 2,000 still. It's CBD is, I think it's that useful this morning. I mean, I guess it did kind of tell us that drop was coming back, but it hadn't told us a pot was coming back with it.
Yeah, you got Tide still showcasing puts in charge. Granted, that was what we saw yesterday, but you see, call just down. I mean, no sugarcoating it.
You see here we're making these wicks here are very interesting.
Yeah.
CBD is still climbing, Roy. It's negative 2,700 now.
Well, it's approaching your zone. So does it look to push a high and then, I mean,
CBD is negative 3,200. Back to negative 3. So I'll let CBD, I think, influence me a little bit here. Should have waited till right there, to be honest with you.
Calls are still rising or falling. Puts, though, dropped below the zero line. So I'm not really sure what's pushing up right now. Let's take a look. So there's your new high. So that about VWAP was the move.
Yeah.
Hindsight. Nvidia went red. Whoa. So Nvidia went red. Apple went green. So we're going to have one of those.
Interesting. Yeah, we rushed this trade. We should have got in closer up here at the top. Would have gave ourselves a little more room to play with. So the odds are that we very well could get stopped out here and still go in our favor. CBD is going to negative 3,500. Oh, what was that?
That was a spot. Nvidia pushing lows. I mean, Nvidia's chart is disgusting. There's no way to really sugarcoat that. There's your nice drop here, at least from where it was.
Yeah.
See if we can get any follow through. Yeah, Nvidia off a cliff. I'll switch that on right now. I'm watching.
CBD is negative 4,500.
So Nvidia is just holding 132 right now. See if it can maintain that, but it's selling pretty strong.
CBD suggesting we're fixing to get a big move down here.
Yeah.
Look at a swap to there. Look at CBD. Look at 57.95.
Wow.
Could be an interesting spot there to go to. Got to break below 5,800 first. If we get this 5,800 break, we could see a very nice move to the downside. So we're going to change this to 1. Put a limit right in there.
So we shall see. Nvidia still pushing lower.
Just so the people that do know, I am in a trade on my personal account too. I'm up. I took 4 MES. I'm up $100 on it. I did take it closer, higher up in the zone, and I just scaled 1 out of those. So we got a few more orders here to see if we can fill. Then we'll hold a runner. Couldn't get the move all the way down. Look at CBD is about 49,500 negative. Excuse me. Don't like that, but that doesn't mean anything yet. CBD just broke below negative 5,000. It's negative 51 now. What is Tide showing? The same thing pretty much?
Yeah, Tide is, calls just off a cliff. Puts now slowly rising. Your volume though on puts dried up a bit on that move up on in the price. So you're just kind of monitoring that. On SPY holdings, you got puts pushing higher, calls or pushing lower now. Now a little slight uptick, but
yeah, you need these EMAs to break for me here to have a really good trade on this.
Yeah.
And right now they are holding, even though you did get one close below it, it popped right back above it. So we need a good close here and a flush, and actually move this one down here.
So your battle right now, as expected, 5,800.
Yep.
So this will be the
you got a lot of things working. You got 5,800, so you got a slight level. You got all your EMAs clustered together. VWAP was headed straight up. It's kind of flattening out, which is a good sign for a short. So see if it can continue that move. CBD is still suggesting that we get more downside. It's at negative 5,100 still. Just can't get that break though. So really frustrating.
You're not getting a lot of momentum for NVIDIA right now. Yeah, but it could be bottoming here. So you may get that pop up and then see how it rejects. But that was a pretty violent move down for NVIDIA right out the gate.
Yep.
It was a 2% swing.
It's crazy if you look at a book mount and we talk about 5,800 being that slight level, but there's not a ton really going on with it on book mount.
I think that coincides, if I'm not mistaken, with SPX 5750 as well.
Okay.
So, which again, I don't remember, but I think is near the all-time high. All-time high is 5767. So,
what did Tesla just do? I saw FSMN got a notification just said Tesla's all it said. Some market participants are optimistic about Tesla's robo-taxi event on October 10th. However, my latest supply chain survey indicates that Tesla's robo-taxi may enter mass production in Q1 27.
Okay. Wow. Tesla had a nice wick candle. You see that?
Yeah.
And pushed it way up. Put back to ES. NVIDIA is getting some mojo. It's moving up now.
Yeah, we turned green slightest for a minute and then we're back now. CBD is negative 4,500, so it's actually moving with this move this time, unlike what it has been doing, moving against it.
Tide flipped. You're at volume now and call side with calls creeping up. Put premium still high, but the important thing is your volume went in favor of the calls.
Yeah,
so that potentially could see you're going to scrap across. You're seeing that on the holdings as well. I think the big boys are getting some options flow. Not really. Check on that later. But yeah, you're getting flow and book map telling you some more. But the zone's holding. So
zone is holding so far. Zone is holding so far.
I've got a combine. I'm about $500 away from passing, so I'm trying to be
full portrait
safe.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
You got to know your audience, mate. You know I would do it.
Yeah,
you see how he said it. He immediately knew who he was talking to, and 2 seconds later, he's like,
let's not do that.
Flow's still kind of in favor of call volume, but your call
CBD's creeping up. Well, now it's starting to come back, so we'll see. It's CBD. You want to see a big move. We ain't got a big move, and of course we got a drop out of it. But this might be one of those days where we just chop around the 5,800 level all day.
Which could be extremely bullish.
Possibly be it. We shall see. We shall see. We shall see.
So you have a 13-point orb range, and you're kind of at the high right now. Obviously, the high day. And you're in your zone. So we'll see. We'll see.
VWAP is still level now. You're EMAs are all pointing straight up at this moment. So Security Exchange Commission is closely monitoring the impact of why is the Security Exchange Commission watching hurricane? Did I miss something there?
They got to monitor all the meme coins getting created off of it.
I don't care about the meme coins being created. Let's see.
I think Apple's your boy pushing the market up.
U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is closely monitoring the impact of Hurricane Milton on investors. Okay, are you going to make, if we lose money, you're going to make us whole? I don't think so. Goobers. Still getting CBD's kind of creeping back towards the negative 5,000 range. So we're down here testing the EMAs again. Like I said, still need the break right around the 5,800 level. Everything just clustered up together right there. Give me the break. Give me the break. Give me out of one of these at least. This is well, I'm patient once I get in, aren't I? Let's chill.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Somehow we find an extra gear of patience when we're catching heat on stuff.
Why is Howard Stern trending on Twitter?
Oh God, I don't know.
Howard Stern under fire for exploiting mentally challenged guests for cheap laughs. Well,
Come
what
on,
is new?
man. You've been doing that for like 40 years.
Oh, never mind.
Okay.
He said they said that it's a joke. He interviewed Harris.
That's good. Good.
Okay.
That's funny.
I did not catch that joke at first. I get it. After I saw, I was like, oh, okay, never mind. Not worried about that. I normally don't look at Twitter. For some reason, I have it open this morning. I don't know why.
Well, I think you were trying to find out what the hell happened with Tesla. Then
that's what it was.
Rabbit hole. Then you went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, Israeli office Netanyahu to speak with U.S. President Biden on Wednesday. Okay. Boeing management rejects union contract offer as S&P about a potential negative credit rating. Boeing is just, who's going to make our airplanes if they eventually go out?
And that's the thing. They kill all the competition, and then they've killed it so much they're killing their own.
They kill all the competition and kill all their customers.
Okay. Yeah, like, we can't have it. Nobody will.
It makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you're looking at your Mag 7 here on this watch list. You got Apple slight green, Nvidia slight red, Microsoft slight green, but Google down ugly. 1%. Yeah, Meta down ugly. 1%. Tesla down 1%. Let's take a look at the VIX. Whoops, that's crypto. No, watch list. VIX. Yeah, VIX dying.
I just see Ripster saying on that. Looks like China names are being bought up again.
Not Neo.
Is your Neo? Not Neo.
No.
Neo gets forgotten about a lot now.
Yeah, it's kind of that afterthought. Since they didn't dethrone Tesla in 1 year, they were thrown to the curb.
Yeah.
We're just kind of hanging out above 5,800. I don't like that for a short, to be honest.
I don't either.
The VIX is, maybe it's found a bottom. I don't know. It's VIX expiration, right? So you're going to have some wackiness with that. Thank you. Nice little red candle. Holding those 8 ribbons, man.
Yeah.
That's the 5 minute. Had a MACD cross and then said, nope. Tide calls now in control, but sorry, call volume in control. Premium still way under, so we're kind of flattening out on there.
How is Logan still speaking?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if it's a he or she, but they clearly have a lot to say.
You notice I think, how are they still speaking?
Let's go back here.
They
So
said
still in your
it's a boost to sector from rate cuts. Tell us something we don't know.
Okay. Xavier, this is kind of interesting for the first time for me doing the 4 hour zone. And it being a 4 hour zone, it's proving to be a strong zone where it's just kind of hanging out. I mean, the range is not massive here. So is that kind of what you think is playing into this a bit?
Yeah. You go to the higher time frames, those zones and levels are going to be a lot stronger than your shorter time frames for sure. And it's playing out here. I mean, I did adjust this a little bit, but basically we're in line with that 4 hour trend zone. And I mean, you can see it's been holding for, I think, since, was it November or something crap like that?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, no, not this one. This was a shorter one. It was that big upstream was from November we were looking at. But still,
the other one's from the all-time high, which I think was set, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
3 weeks ago.
Can't get this break here. Need this. If we get this break, and of course, then we get this break, then we could see a decent move down. Do I expect to see this move down? Probably not. I expect to see more today that we're seeing now, just chop. But we'll get a pop or a drop here in a minute, one way or the other. Either take me out or get me some profit, and then chop around some more probably. Even during choppy days, we still get moves.
Yeah, a day like today, you're looking at, just all these Fed speakers will be your market movers. And there's a couple of them in 30 minutes. All volume ticked down a bit. Premium ticked down as well.
They are looking like they're wanting to pop this thing, to be honest with you. But
let's see. Put volume took over again. Hello, the holdings. We shall see them. Take a look at the general market. Damn, nice wick right off that 8. Yeah, that wick off the 8 would suggest it. Mag 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nvidia's starting to recover. Back to market tide. Just kind of grinding around, doing what the market's showing.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. We had U.S. wholesale month over month was negative 0.1%. Forecast is 0.4. Previous is 1.1%. Inventories 0.1. Forecast 0.2. Previous 0.2. So we did have a little data come out that is not. I don't know how that is bullish data.
Yeah, so wholesale inventory is falling and wholesale sales falling.
Wholesale sales fell. Wholesale inventories fell slightly.
Right. So.
But that wholesale sales month over month is the bigger one. They were actually forecasted at a 0.4 and it came in at negative 0.1.
But with inventories down, does that mean the drop in sales is not? I'm trying to think from an inflationary supply shock world.
You got to go back to production at that point. If inventories are down, that means production's lower.
Right.
Which I don't
Which
remember
the reason
production.
why production being lower is anticipating demand being lower.
Yeah, wholesale inventories being down is not a good thing, though, is it?
No, it's not a good thing. So it looks like we tested the high a day and rejected so far.
So far.
No change in flow on any of that data. We had a little pop up in the volume here, and then we'll pop up in volume there on calls. We got Mag 7. We got, NVIDIA's popping up almost green. So you're going to have 3 out of 7 being green. The one I own is down 2%. What in the world, Google?
Hey, do you have a energy sector and stuff on here too, or no?
Yeah, I can add it. What you got? Let's do.
Well, I just want to put some energy plays in there because the S&P is really a lot of energy too, and we tend to trade that more. So
yeah, we have that. So let's do XLE to start. XLE. Looks like it's kind of had a pop at the open. Red on the day, but nothing crazy. Let's get some ZOM. Exxon's red. I've got some Oxy. It's red. Yeah. I hate that.
Yeah, we tend to focus on the Mag 7 a lot, but if you're looking at the S&P, the Mag 7 could be. We've seen it. Mag 7 all hardly red, and S&P was popping off. You got the energy sector, you got healthcare in there, you got different sectors that could be moving. Even on most of your Mag 7 are your big boys.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a list. Mag 7 plus energy.
Perfect.
So we can have kind of a snapshot here. I might as well throw in the old VIX in there.
Might as well.
Yeah, the
old VIX.
It's red. So it looks like the market's trying to push a new high by the pop.
Out here. But CBD has come down to negative 3,800, so it's there. There it is. And actually, we got slippage to the good side. So now we're at the top of this horizontal here.
Calls of the spike up.
I mean, we hit it to the T. Look at that, to the T. This is where I was actually thinking that we should have went short before, but
sorry, took it away from you.
Oh, my bad. That's where I was saying we should have went short before instead of getting in down here. We should have got in there too.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted 2 of you. You were going to get 2 here. Well, maybe I didn't want 2 of you.
Yeah, puts are now teetering over that 0 line. Calls had to spike up, but we kind of dragged down. But you're seeing momentum again. This is kind of a repeat of yesterday, where puts started in charge and then calls kept roaring back.
All right, here we go. This is where we're at. It's what we're looking for. Same play, better entry. CBD has popped to negative 5,000 again, so that It just popped up. It went all the way to about 32, 33, and popped all the way back up to negative 5,000 just now.
Mm.
So we will wait and see how she plays out. Give me just a couple minutes, and you can talk about how crazy I am, and I'm fixing to walk away with the play in going. This
Same.
is this is what I do.
That's what he does. All right, let me share my screen. He's catching some heat early, but nothing crazy. You got Tide, kind of volume. See that call volume kind of rising up there. Puts kind of draw into the thing, so you can have this drastic move, of course, right near the open of call premium, but you can very easily just see this thing trend up while this trends down, and you get across. That's what that volume's kind of showing there. Holdings wise, similar story. You're getting a spike up here in price. Oh, we're getting a breakout. Let's see if we can show that. Seeing the breakout now, setting new highs. So now I guess what you'd want to see is a candle close and a new high, and then a possible retest of it. See if it holds. Draw a line there. So close here, bounce, and then does it go up? Here's your MACD. Just keeps faking like it's going to cross down. It just breaks up each time. This is a 5-minute chart on ES. Just monitoring it. Let's look at NQ's doing. NQ similar. Set new high. Set a new high and then kind of rejected. So 23. I hate that. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but I'm doing it my way. Pop, pop, pop. So see if you can get this candle closed. You still got about 1:30 on the candle. So that could be, but I think the story of the day is this green ribbon on the 8 on the 5-minute, just holding it. This could turn to a nasty candle though. That's why we wait for the candle close. Short of Mag 7. Apple green, Nvidia turned green, Microsoft's green, Google's getting trounced. Amazon green. Meta's getting hit. Tesla's basically flat. So yeah, see if this ribbon holds. You're getting a nasty bearish candle here, so he may be okay. See how his trade's going. Oh, slightly red. Not too bad. So will we hold the 8? But not a great candle. Not a great candle. They can recover it in the last 10 seconds. Ended up being a good one. Now we're pushing higher. Let's see if it can. Now this candle can hold above high day. Move that right there.
Hey, I see I got stopped out.
Yeah, it just happened.
Whoa,
It just
whoa.
ripped the face. Yeah, just went for it. So now we're looking for a candle.
Whoa.
You still have a candle close above the high, but obviously you're getting a push now. There. But your Mag 7.
You gonna see something crazy?
Go ahead.
You gonna see something crazy?
Hit me.
Look at CBD.
Whoa. What was that? 37?
Yeah.
Wow.
It got up to 4,000 just then.
Wow.
Interesting.
Let's see if you got any. See, still not getting much like tide flow changes here. I mean, you got puts at the zero line, you got calls. I mean, they're creeping up. We got a long way to go on premium, but the call volume's telling the story. So, like I was saying, that probably just trends up and eventually crosses.
I got a feeling we come back into this zone. Yeah, I don't know.
Retest the zone and blast higher.
It could for sure. It could come back and trend down. CBD is not running up crazy. This is what's very. This is when you start getting conflicting ideas in your head because CBD is telling me that we're not sustaining this pop.
Right.
Andy Neighbor, what do you? This. I mean, Roy, this is going to be more of you. What do you think about AITX for an artificial intelligence company? Stock usually has very high volume. I haven't looked into it.
Yeah, I haven't looked in that one, but I will say we can. I'll take a look at it and catch back to you and post. But yeah, I mean we could do a technical charting of it if you'd like. That would be the only thing, but I wouldn't have any kind of fundamental stuff for you without looking at it. So let's take a look at that one. AITX, Artificial Intelligence Company Solution. Oh man,
Pull yours up there, Roy.
So
Pull yours.
I have one. I got you. I have one rule. And I don't trade OTC. I just never liked it. Never do it. I don't trust it. If I want to go into like the crazier stuff, I do more. I go in the crypto world, but I don't touch OTC. It's just so difficult for me to get a grasp on it, and it just moves so violently on any sort of news release or anything like that because of the nature of that market. So that's just my take on it. Can't take a look
what
at
you
it.
see a lot, what you see in a lot of those is a company out of somebody's garage and stuff like that. So they're just it's hard to trust them. They're not regulated as much as the big boys are for sure. So you can see a lot of stuff there.
Now he is right that the volume does show up, but with a stock that small, the volume for an OTC stock, this does have quite a bit of volume. But yeah, I don't look to trade them. I can't trade them. I just, from a technical standpoint, it's hard to trade them because they move so violently on any sort of fundamental news that they can just break every fundamental indicator or technical indicator.
I've tried it back in the day to trade them some, and they are extremely hard to trade.
But we'll keep it in mind. I'll see if I can get one of my compadres to take a look at it and see if we can't get you any analysis on it. Oh, daily chart. That's where all my markings and nastiness is. So this is my trading view. Obviously, I don't have any of my levels or indicators. I use that on Top Step X. So what do you think about this candle? Still couldn't get a close at setting the new high.
Look at your VWAP.
Yeah, kind of bending down, flattening. You've got, I mean, the 8 has told the story though, right? I mean, that's the that's the magic dragon that it's been riding all day. But if it can break the 8, then we're in business.
Yep. I mean, on the bright side, I am now $175 up on my personal account. So there's that. That's the good side. We're still holding. What am I holding short? I don't even know how many I got here now. We got 6 still. So I've been scaling in and out of shorts on the personal account over here. It's been working out pretty good. So can't complain there. CVD is back to almost negative 4,500, but we came down, tested the 13, held. What you're going to get, excuse me, in my opinion, the more we test these EMAs, right, the weaker they get. Eventually we break down through them. Now, do we break down below and hold it? That's the $1,000 question right now.
Yeah, I think you're. Oh, here we go. Now you're getting a little bit more of a pronounced move on call premium. Your put premium moved up though, back above zero. Your volume's kicking up.
Yeah, I want to see what we do. I want to go back and test that 5,800 level. I would love to, and then see what happens there. Of course, that would get me scaled out of a couple more MES over here on the personal account too. So alternative motives for both of them. But
so you see, Google got thrashed all the way down to 159.74, and it's a bounced $1.50 since its bottom. So that's the only Mag 7 that's all Meta 2 that is substantially red. Everybody else, Nvidia recovering. I think that's what Nvidia now broke above its VWAP and moving forward.
Just, I don't know, I have a feeling with tomorrow being the big day, I think we saw some shorts covering yesterday as well. We got the moves we got yesterday. So the question is, do we get profit takers today on all the longs?
I think to trigger it, you're going to have some sort of drop. And then it'll just be boom, 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 boom. And I thought that's what they were going to do this morning, to be honest. I thought they kind of staircase it down a bit.
Well, I've mentioned this before. When you get CVD is holding this negative that it's holding, you could possibly get the short squeeze out of it, which is
right.
You get short starting to panic and they start covering. If they re-entered, I got a feeling they're probably a lot re-entering now on this level up here. It's kind of why you're seeing this kind of chop around here. Just trying to pay some bills over here on the old personal account and thinking about what to do on this one. I'm taking a break from trading on Top Step X because I'm still leaning heavily bearish, and I probably shouldn't be, but
yeah.
See, we're here. You can see these. Look at all these stacked orders. I mean, that is $5 range. They're stacked. But on the upside, look, they're stacked here too. So kind of why you're seeing what you're seeing right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, to just kind of highlight it, it's about that green ribbon for me. That green ribbon has to get invalidated, really, just to turn down. You see a little flatten out there, but it's been your golden goose right now. You can just buy the support. So going back to Tide, you've got calls now closing the gap a bit. Puts just riding that zero line. So that volume just steadily increasing all day. Go to holdings, you're seeing it a little bit more zoomed in, but puts are below. You're seeing price pop. Yeah. So, and this candle just kicked off. We still haven't had a candle close above the high, have we? Pre-market high?
No, not really.
That's just grinding up. These wicks,
Ever
though,
so.
man, these wicks. So, you go short here, you're going against the trend, right?
Yep.
To break the
You
trend,
definitely have a trend. Yeah.
to break the trend, you need to break the
I
8.
still don't believe in it though. I just don't.
Yeah.
We're getting all these wicks up here, which is showing me we could be actually having some exhaustion up at this level. Every time we try to pop up, you get exhaustion. That's why we keep coming right back to it.
Mm-hmm.
Just what I'm thinking. That's me thinking out loud. But we can't get the sustained move down either. So I don't know what we're getting right now, to be honest with you.
Well, you're at the top of your zone, and it's not breaking out.
It's not breaking out. This is.
Oh,
Looks like we're going to. And we still got plenty of
dropping.
time on this candle, but we actually have a decent chance to close above it, the zone this time. Finally, hadn't done that yet, but we still got a little over 2 minutes left in this candle too. So.
Yeah, Howie. Welcome, Howie.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, hate that. Miss selling Bob
Yeah.
puts at the low. Oh, PayPal, $81. Wow, good for PayPal.
So I'm in a timeout here, even though I want to take another short here, which I want to go against the trend.
And what's your CVD saying?
CVD is negative 4,500.
Okay. How much time we got on the candle? Still got a minute left on the candle. It's above the zone.
Like you said, for me to enter a short, we're going to have to get a close below the 21. I'm not just worried about the 8 and the 13, which has been holding like a champ. To get that confirmation, I want that close there below that. And we just won't take a trade until we get that.
Or a short at least, right? If
a short, yes.
Yeah, I mean, you could close above the zone.
I don't feel comfortable taking a long up here. I'm going to be honest with you. Being this high, this extended, I just don't.
Yeah.
CVD, if CVD was going back closer to 0, I wouldn't hesitate. But CVD is telling me something else is going on here.
Yeah, because I mean, we're green and it's negative pretty substantially.
He's like, Howard, we hadn't talked about it, but you are exactly right. The 3-year have a reaction yesterday and have a 10-year today. 10-year definitely will have a reaction. UK 10-year spiked up last night. Interesting. Did not look at it last night. I have done a good job of cutting everything off at night, best of my ability. I try not to look at anything anymore. You got to get breaks. You got to get dumbed down. And if I'm looking at a chart, I'm thinking too much. So I don't need to always be thinking about stocks and charts and stuff. So CBD still right at negative 4,500. So it's not really going. You got a bunch of orders around the pretty red around the 5802.50 level. So you got a good many orders at below 57.95 too. Just keep an eye on.
You got your puts
58 to the upside.
ticking down, puts ticking down below the 0 line. calls tick slide up. Holdings wise, though, you got just puts kind of descending down and calls rising with call volume up. And just a reminder, this is the SPY holdings, so these are the options for each individual company in the SPY, not just the SPY. And this is the general market tide of just everything, the whole bucket. Seeing that. Seeing the wicks, the wick.
Seen a lot of wicks both ways still. A lot of wicks, both sides.
Yeah, it's
You're
just
getting this
slow
move
grind up.
The
Yeah.
CBD still holding negative 4,500. This is amazing to me. I don't know what to believe right this second.
Don't you have a zone right above us?
Yep. 58.24.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's your pop. So
There's your pop.
broke 58.10.
Yep. And CBD finally cracked. Went to negative 32. And now it's actually rising again.
Market tide. And
Wow.
basically a U shape. Push it up.
Nice cup and handle there.
Yeah, it is. We got holdings. We got just calls going straight up. Puts coming straight down.
CBD is back to negative 4,000. Make it make sense.
Make
it make sense.
Mag 7, Apple, green, Nvidia, green, Microsoft, green, Google's recovering. Amazon, green, Meta's recovering. Tesla, okay. So your big boys are moving. Flip back over. See if you have continuation on this calls push. I would imagine if CBD can give us some sort of confirmation.
CBD gives you nothing, Rich. And it's actually moved back to negative 37, negative 38, but it just popped back to negative 42 again. So interesting. CBD is not really buying into this move. And like I said, we could be seeing a
squeeze,
out of it. So
VIX is following it though. Right.
Yeah.
Let's flip over here. You see the VIX chart. So it dropped, kind of curling up. We'll see if it can push higher or not. But was that
North
it?
Dakota Pipeline Authority, as of this morning, October 9th, oil production estimated to be down around 70,000 to 100,000 barrels due to ongoing wildfires. Barrels per day. So pop the crude.
I got an Oxy, so I don't know if that helps or hurts them.
Crude oil inventories actual 5.81 million. Forecast was 1.6 million. Wow. Previous was 3.8. That was a huge miss. Who does these projections? That's what I want. Who does these projections? Because they suck at it. And they keep a job.
I think it's like a accumulation of analysts, isn't it? So
it's got to be an elected official, I would say.
it would take an act of Congress to get rid of them, I guess.
Right. Literally. CBD it's coming back now. We might actually get another pop here. It's come down to below 3,000 finally. So it's actually negative 2,700. Did the Is the little short squeeze link over? I think that's what we saw there a little bit of.
I mean, every time it just taps that green ribbon,
Yeah.
it pops. I mean,
Eventually, I'm going to look for long. And
this is a pretty healthy.
Oh, my gosh. Oh.
So,
CBD just went to negative 700.
Whoa.
Yeah. This is, we're finally seeing something out of it, and we're not popping on it, though, so. Do. Interesting. Looks like I'm going to have to swap my bias if we come down again and take a long off of it. If we get it. I know Dixie. Dixie's over here. Oh, like, yes, dog, girl, I agree. I agree.
Yep.
Yeah. Popping orders around the 5805 level. You can see them down there. It's 350 orders. I'll tell you what, if you want to see stacked, you can see them stacked both sides. They are stacked both sides. So all these triple digit orders, all these triple digit orders. Good luck.
Yeah, I think you're right. You saw a little bit of a squeeze with it holding about 5,800. People just saying, I'm good.
Yeah.
And now you're seeing maybe at what point do shorts re-enter? Are they going to just say, all right, take it to the all-time highs, we'll see you up there? Or do they have confidence in this kind of massive liquidity zone that's been money for them over the last few weeks? So 5,800 level is not proven to hold with any sustainability beyond a day or so, right?
If you were to draw just to do a straight zone, look at that level.
So now you would look for a retest of that. What is that? What is that at?
Yeah, so roughly 5807. So we're right above it. But you can see that
right.
held up here, and then it's
Yeah.
resistance, break it.
Yeah, and that's right where the 8 is currently on the 5.
Really?
Yeah, 5807.
So we'll keep an eye on it there at this level and see if we can. CBD is negative 700, negative 600. So we're just hanging out here. Turn that off.
We'll flip over to Tide. You're seeing kind of flatten out on puts here and then flatten out on calls. So could have some consolidation period happening.
Yeah.
Which
you got everybody taking a break.
Everybody. They're all moaning like your dog.
That's right. I am still not in anything. I'm in a couple of shorts, MES on the personal account, which is taking a little bit of heat. We're going to hold them until it breaks. If it breaks 58.15, we'll cut those. But it's nothing yet. We're kind of bouncing right around. Like I said, I've been playing it in and out. So I've taken profit along the way. So we got a little room to play with here. I just don't. It keeps proving me wrong, and I keep saying I just don't believe it up here, but I still don't believe it up here. That makes sense. I can't take a long off this. So
well, I think you need to see a little bit of retracement, and you need to see CBD go positive. That's what you need to see, right?
That's definitely what I need to see for it to make it make sense to me. Sometimes I see stuff and I'm just like, it just don't make sense, so I can't do anything with it. And that is where we are at right now. It just doesn't make sense. So I can't do anything with it. On this one, I mean, I've got room to play with. We got what, $3,800 to draw down, which I don't want to get that close to it. I don't want to take a chance on today, but
Yeah, you're getting a little pops here and there, and then just kind of fades back, and then pops, and then it just kind of again, it's doing the opposite of what I thought they would allow it to do, which is just stair step it down. They're stair stepping it up.
yeah, and still kind of what I think might play out here. Of course, I could be 100% wrong, but I think you do this, and I think you come back. I think we end up coming back in here before the day's over with and chill out around there. I don't think this is going to be a sustained move to all-time high.
I'd agree, unless you can just get a massive move up that panics.
We're going to have to get some kind of news,
squeeze.
Which 10-year today, we could get it with the 10-year.
Yeah, and what's looming tomorrow, right, is CPI and jobless claims, and there was one other item.
It seems like we got a whole list of things to go on tomorrow. So we get Roy's horrible picks of the week tomorrow.
That is true. That is horrible only if you tail.
That's one way to look at it.
See, there's always a glass half full, man. I don't even know. There are big games on this weekend. I've been so consumed with other things. As we wait for any
what we're talking about. You get CPI tomorrow, initial jobless claims, continuing jobless claims. You got more speakers. You got the 4-week and the 8-week bill auction, which shouldn't be anything. You do have the 30-year bond auction tomorrow. That is definitely one to keep an eye on. That bad boy could, if you're trading around lunch, be careful.
Yeah.
Then you got the federal budget balance sheet coming out, which could be interesting tomorrow afternoon. We could see something stupid in it to move the market one way or the other. So, yeah, how we got FOMC minutes this afternoon. We talked about that, where you're kind of looking for something unexpected, something that you didn't know in the minutes. Is kind of what we're looking for. If you get nothing new in there, then it shouldn't do anything really, but you got to be careful if you see something that's wasn't reported or something unexpected in there. Could really turn it.
Yeah, bottom line with any sort of report like that, FOMC minutes, it may only move ES, 5-10 points. But if you're in a position, 5-10 point move in ES can hurt you bad. So it's more so if you want to, be aware that it can take out any stops and take out any profits, which obviously is positive. So just having them on your calendar. My rule of thumb, especially with futures, is just don't mess with events when they get released. It can wick you out too fast, and it just makes you question why you even started. Why did you even hold through the data? More often than not, that's what I get. Because even though my bias may be right, the move may happen in a different direction so fast and then recover, and then I'm out of the trade. So
yeah, and of course, remember you have the Trader Hub here.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it gives your actuals and your forecast over here, previous, all that good stuff. You got Barkin at 1150, Barkin 1150. You got Jefferson at 1130. You got the 10-year note at lunch. High yield bid to cover. Minutes at 1 o'clock. Bostic and Collins speaking. Are they speaking together? You got daily speaks. And tonight, overnight, you got Japanese PPI. So, the Japanese stuff can actually move the market. And then the next day, you got some Norwegian CPIs. That's going to be interesting. But here's you're talking about, you got your initial jobless claims, CPI, core CPI. You got Cook and Barkin speaking again, right at open, Barkin around 9:30. Williams, and you got your 30-year bonds. That should be red and not yellow.
Yes.
And then this is what we're going to Friday or this weekend. Oh, that sneaky Michigan
Sneaky U
Central.
of M.
So one good thing, and like I said, it gives you rolling news. So what you see here, this is exactly what I pay Financial Juice for. That I see the same thing here. So keep that in mind. This is perfect. So if you have Financial Juice, you don't, you can always swap right here and see the exact same news that we see. Going for the high, going for the high, going for the high. CBD has come all the way back to negative 200. Remember, guys, it was staying at what, negative 4,000, 4,000, 4,000, negative 5,000. Now we've come all the way back to negative 280. So the thesis that I had earlier about that it was more than likely coming back is not as valid right now as it was earlier.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if Goolsby said something to kind of pop it as well. That's the thing with these fundamental events. These guys can say anything at any point, and it can really influence.
Yeah, only thing. So what drove this pop was the crude oil news.
Yeah.
That's what drove the pop. That's why we're still up. I think if we didn't get that crude oil news, we would have chopped around there. But we just talked about the different sectors and energy being a sector in there, and crude oil goes right into that line of your energy sector popping on that news. Popping on that news. That's why you got to pay attention to everything. You got to have some kind of service. If you're not, like I said, if you don't have Financial Juice, you can get Financial Juice, download it. You can actually get a free version. I think the news is just 15 seconds delayed, is all the free version does. I highly recommend you have that. At least have Financial Juice on Twitter open or something where you're watching that. Like I said, I wish they would make it where I could take this and move it and have both of them at the same time, but that's for update another day, I guess. Coming back, going to test the 8 again, see if we get a break here. I mean, this has been kind of a weird morning. I lost a couple trades trying to short on the zone hold, and it did not hold, so we're down. We had stop losses, so didn't kill us on the trade. We're down $800. $800 is nothing. We can make that up in one or two trades. So keep your losses tight. That way you don't put yourself in a bind where you're trying to overtrade to get out of it. CBD is creeping now to the negative side, negative 600, negative 500. Kind of doing the opposite of what it was doing this morning. So do we get an opposite move now? Do we get a drop off that's barely down? Or is this the spot where CBD is actually going to prove good and it's going to hold here? Looks like it's going to hold.
Yeah, you got calls, a slight tick down. Volume kind of stopped elevating. It's now kind of trending a little down. You got puts with a slight tick up. So something to keep an eye on. I mean, it is just holding that 8 like a champ. So
yeah, notice a lot of our red candles. We are getting red candles. We're getting pretty decent lower wicks on those. So it's like, the buyers are stepping in at those lows. But anything could happen. We could have, like I said, so if it was the crude news that actually made this pop, is this a sustainable pop on that news? Is another question you got to ask yourself. You can see that level that we got marked there. We got about 400 orders sitting right on top of it. So looks like we're not even going to test it though. Every red candle is getting bought up. Dip buyers are doing their thing right now.
Yeah, just like a kind of algorithmic buying is what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not getting huge moves and you're just getting slow tick ups. So
Yeah. Yeah.
the algos are in charge as always, but more so today.
Yeah, how they had some, but said, well, everybody can read. Says Bob is coming back for me. Hope it comes back and gives you what you need. Looks like BA took a big hit this morning on Freezing Talks news. Yeah, BA is. We were talking about that earlier. This news every day on them now, and it's not positive. Do they have any positive news ever?
uh,
It's not very often, is it?
Look out when they do.
You are exactly right. Exactly right. CVD still holding around negative 500. Got a little pop there for some reason, but not doing anything. Let's see. IE predicts an era of reasonable oil and gas prices as supply grows. Okay. Large crude inventory build. Crude oil prices move lower today after the U.S. Energy Information Administration reported inventory. Okie dokie. I think your big thing is that North Dakota Pipe Authority having to shut down.
Yeah.
So much news that moves the market. It's insane. Protester straps to a tree. Market jumps 80 points. Like it's so rhyme. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Just, you know what? We're going to pop the market on this today. One thing that, I mean, we play both sides. We play short, we play long. But what everybody really needs to remember, though, the market is designed to go up.
Yeah.
The purpose of it. So,
yeah.
Are you going to have more bull runs than you are bear runs? Absolutely. Because it's designed to go up.
And that's why even when in bear markets and things go down, bear market rallies are so intense when they, those retracements that you get in bear market rallies. And that's just exactly what Monty's saying. The market is designed to go up. Think of everyone's personal 401k, right? You're contributing it each month, and that financial firm is then entering that money either in the market or somewhere. But new crop of money is entered into the market every month, just from that program, which obviously is massive. So you're going against the grain a bit whenever it's going short. So
Yep.
had to learn that lesson. All the doom and gloomers got me in 2020.
So if people don't realize, Roy was actually a perma bear forever. Core puts, baby. Core puts.
Core puts. It'll eventually happen. I was drooling when QQQ hit 313 in 2023. I was
look where we are today.
I was ready to short it. I did short it. I was excited, and I got mollywopped.
Yeah, and this no shot at Roy. Some of your bigger. I know some of the people you followed at the time were heavily bearish.
Oh yeah, heavily bearish, heavily.
And that kind of leads them to be careful. We try not to do it here, where we try not to lean one way or the other. Of course, I was leaning bearish this morning for no good reason, but if you have a thesis, if you think, like, let's say Roy, he tended to lean to the bearish side, well, then you follow some bearish people that's got a pretty good following with them, and they go bearish, and you're like, oh man, yeah, absolutely. And the next thing you know,
they're so convincing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look at today. Today's actually a good short-term example of that, right? We came in with a pretty bearish mindset, and here we are making new highs, looking at each other like our. I was described it when the market goes against you. It's like standing in the parking spot where your car was after it got towed. You're
Yeah.
just kind of confused. You're not sure what just
Yep.
happened. By the time you figure it out, it's too late.
When you're doing, I feel like sometimes we're that mean. Just look at us. Look at us. Like from where we've come from back in the day.
Yeah.
CBD is plus 1,000.
Yeah, you're getting confirmations here now on this move. Little tick up in calls, still not. I mean, the volume definitely
Yeah.
right. So you can see here when the volume switched from puts to calls. Look at what the S&P's done. Just grind it up, right? It's followed along with it. And this kind of goes back to what Monty is saying. The market is designed to go up. So when calls start to take over, you start to see that grind up. Now, the way we play things is we're looking for more technical retracements, and we don't like overextended stuff, but sometimes it's just easy to follow the algo. And the good news is we hopped off that short bus pretty quick. Not no pun intended, but so we take a minimal loss and not a major loss.
Yeah.
Speaking of, sorry, I didn't mean to push it. Did your stop hit on your live account, or are you
Yeah, I'm out there.
still tracking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we finished slightly green on the day. We gave some back there, but we had a little room to play with. So
Yeah.
I'm A-okay with it. Yeah, 58.15 was my spot. Of course, it goes up here and touches it and comes back. But CBD is now negative 1,200. We're getting close to the end of our day here, so not a very exciting day for everybody. 2 trades, 2 losses. Kept our stops tight, so didn't lose much on it. We're down some. A bunch of accounts hadn't even touched today, so I've only touched one account on here on Top Step. So
yeah, I have $100 on an XFA that I took early on, and then I did I have this combine that's close. It's now $400 away from passing. It's 50K combine, so I'm just taking it slow, and then I have another combine that's just $88 up. So I took a few longs off the 8 test, nothing crazy, and kept the take profit pretty tight because I didn't trust the move.
Yeah. You want to run through anything before we get ready to wrap it up here today?
Well, we did this yesterday at about this time, and magic happened. So let's go through it. Let's see if we can rekindle that flame.
Get a pop here.
Yeah. So let's go take one last look into market tide. I mean, if you're looking for the day, obviously calls are in charge. They're starting to come down a bit. The soar puts. Looking at your holdings, you had a little drop here on the calls, but again, volume still in control. We're going through your NVIDIA, interesting enough, just went red. So something to keep an eye on. I mean, you've got Mag 7 kind of bouncing all over the place. Google had news, which is why it dropped. But yeah, just play it safe today. I mean, like you got big news coming out in the morning, CPI. You've got FOMC minutes. You got the 10-year later today. If you didn't make it a good move, if you didn't catch the move at the open, as like we didn't, then just kind of hang out. Make it count. Don't make a FOMO day, or I wish I'd have done better day, into a horrible day. Is why did I trade? No, that's kind of what my mindset is now.
It is so easy to do. You're sitting there and you're like, oh man, I missed. Then you finally get into a trade. You take your you move your stops because you feel confident. You're like, I got to make it up. So you move your stops. The next thing you know, you've either moved your stops too far and you get hammered, or you've taken your stops out altogether and you lose your account. Right. We've all been there. We've all done that. So,
and a motto,
stop it.
Yes. A motto I've adopted recently, and I've said this on a previous stream, is reset plays, reset days, don't reset accounts.
Yeah.
And it's really hard for me, right? It's very easy to reset an account after you do something bad, especially on the combine, and then those habits notoriously tend to show up on the funded accounts that you can't reset. Then you're starting back over and over and over, and you're in this cycle. And once you get in those cycles, regardless of how good a prop firm is or how bad a prop firm is, you're going to keep feeding that beast because you believe you can overcome it and do all that stuff. You're not going to be able to overcome it by buying more combines. You're not going to be able to overcome it by buying more evaluations. And you're not going to be able to overcome it because you have 10 XFA or 5 XFAs versus 2 XFAs. The only way you're going to overcome it is by stopping right now and logging off and resetting your day, and being realistic with yourself that you don't need to be in a hurry for this job to work. We correct me if I'm wrong, Monty, but I believe they're all lifetime fees we're paying for these funded accounts. Is that right?
Yeah.
They are not day fees or monthly fees. So we pay it for a lifetime. And I forget that all the time. Right. So it's like I'm down on a couple XFAs. My mental state is build up some combines, get yourself back in a good spot, and restart the XFA train, which I did today. Got $100 off of it, and just slowly pick at it. There's no point to try and get it all back in one day. There's no point of trying to chase losses that your past is your past. It's over.
Yep. If you go to the Top Step website, when you pull up your XFAs or your combines or whatever you have in there, make sure you click on and add your practice account and try stuff on your practice account. If you're feeling a certain way, swap over to your practice account. Try your practice account. Check it out. I don't have mine up yet, but every once in a while you got to go back and add it back. And I'll add it back. I'm wishy-washy on my practice account. I don't do as much as I should. But it's a great tool to use if you need to back test stuff. If you want to live test, we call it back test. If you want to live test, pop in that practice count. Practice how many lots, whether you're trading minis or micros or levels or breakouts or however, whatever your strategy is to trade, use that practice account for you. Trade it like you would any other account, though, because if you don't, it's doing you no good. If you go in there and just full moves here or there, then keep resetting it, which on a practice account, reset it as many times as you want to free, right? What are you gaining from that? Absolutely nothing. So
nothing. Yeah.
Looks like we're going to get that. I mean, I got a feeling we're going to hit that 24, that zone we were talking about up here, which is right there.
Yeah. How's your CBD?
CBD is plus 1,600.
Yeah, tide's kind of showing a little tick up. Again, put slowly coming down. Now you got volume at high day. I hesitate to say this, but I think you're seeing the makings of a pretty strong trend day.
Very well could be.
There's pop.
I would love to see. Close enough.
I think I entered here. Here. Yeah, I just kept riding that 8 and just not letting it play out.
Yeah, I just took a couple MES on the long. That last time on it, and they were up a little bit. It was MES, so we got up a lot. I didn't feel comfortable going big, so I didn't take a big one. This is not on this, by the way.
Yeah.
I would love to pull back here. If you look at book map, I'm saying around the 58, 15. Okay, so my little 2 MES are actually looking really good right now. Oh, if I had two ES though. I'm giving myself credit here. I have been disciplined on this personal account to only trading micros, and I'm only going to trade micros, and I max myself out at like 8 micros. I will not get any more because I'm trying to prove consistently to get this up. Haven't done a lot of back testing trading view. Have you got actually? So Howie, I've done a good bit of back testing on trading view. I really like it. I love the market replay. You can go back. You can actually watch it in real time. You can speed it up. Market replay is how I do all my back testing on TradingView. To be honest with you, that's my spot. That's what I love. CBD is plus 3,300 now, so woohoo! Biden Harris not know you call again. They're having a call now. Not really seeing anything else. Blast through it. We're still in a couple longs on this, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to trail these bad boys up to see what we can get on the personal account. So
yeah, that pop coincided with calls, creating another kind of cup.
Yeah,
feel to it. But you're having a pullback down here to 58.20. Let's see if it can hold above that, and then
if you look
look
here, this kind of gives you an idea of what's really. So come on, where you at? There you are. So you can see this area here. This area is moving up with us. So this is the area wherever this one goes is what you're watching to see the pullback to it. It's moving up and down, but you're watching it more than watching up here. Even though you got levels here, you want to see these move up, but you're watching these. So 1750 looks like a good place to, if you get a pullback, to enter long, as long as it stays there. I like this 58.15. And if you look back, here's something that kind of gets lost in the shuffle a lot. Look at our levels here. So you had a level still there, that 58.10 that comes over here into this one. Look at this level here. You can see it was actually resistance. Now it's support. How often does that happen, right? Now you're looking here, and you can glance back over here and see in the past we've had levels here, right? So this is a former level. This is a former level. So you can kind of get an idea of where it might be working. I know a lot of times when we talk about Bookmap, we're not looking on this side of it, but just like your stocks, you need to look to your left. And you can see, so once we broke above 20, which we're above 20 now, 20 is our key spot because you can see it was resistance, broke through it, now support. Just a different way to look at Bookmap with it.
It's really good. Really good.
CBD is actually coming back some now. It popped up around 30 something. Now it's back under 3,000.
You're looking for
CBD is not that great today, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Some days CBD is point on, some days it's not. So
seems to be very lagging today.
Yeah.
Tide wise, you're about to get across. Calls and puts, so you'd want to see the cross, and then obviously you want to see continuation of call premium going positive, but you can see volume really ticking up now, which makes sense because you had to move up.
Yeah, we're also, you got to remember, we talked about this in the past. When they get close, you're liable to get a
little
move and then cross.
Yep.
So if that happens, you get a pullback, right? And
NVIDIA going back green. So it's been on a wild ride. Some two big candles there last 10 minutes, which we saw the pop. Microsoft.
Today, he swung ALTM longs, Bob was short, and caught the last move up on the NQ. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow definitely will be fireworks. Tomorrow is our Friday. Yeah. And I think after tomorrow is going to be a well-deserved Friday.
I think so. Yeah.
I think after tomorrow is going to be a well-deserved Friday. So.
Good patience today, man. We didn't get the move, but we didn't lose our tails off. We did pretty good. So
So
another day.
We're going to. I'm not going to lock this account. I'm going to be really peculiar with the account. Look at VWAP still.
Yeah, just flattening.
That's kind of surprising. It's been flat for a minute now. So
I mean, I think at this point you're just waiting for an 8 retest at 58.15.
At this point, you just want a 2-point pullback. Give me 2 points, man. You notice we came back that 20 area, right? We came back. This candle came back and tested it, and then it popped right back off of it. Now we're moving back up. So
You're getting a bit extended, though. Getting a bit extended. Now you're in overbought territory in the RSI, which doesn't mean much on a smaller time frame, especially when mechanicals are in charge. And we can all kind of go back now and see. Clearly, an algo was in charge of some point because they would not let this thing drop. This is not anything more than just a buying into. Just keep buy, and it found its happy zone, and that was the 8 AMA. So,
yep,
we'll just
all good. Had a not the best trading day over there, but it is showed you some discipline there, keeping the losses smaller. And guess what? We still have $3,800 to play with there, and we were wrong twice. Didn't blow a count. We didn't do stupid things. So,
yeah.
Oh, let's get up in this zone and see what we do. Do we reject? I mean, I'm looking for 58.30 now at this point.
58.30.
Yeah.
When you woke up this morning, did you think you were going to say that?
Nope. Actually, I made the comment earlier when you were talking. You was like, I said, I don't think we're getting all-time high. And I'll be damned we're going to get the all-time high.
Yeah. What's SPX at? Yeah, you never know. This game, you got to stay nimble.
That is
SPX. So I guess the thing everybody would look at is SPX 5800. It's currently 57.73, so it's still about 27 points away. So that would coincide with probably ES 5850.
Yeah. Do not count it out.
Yeah. Bond auction is what, 2 hours?
Yeah, it's lunch 12. So yeah, we got a couple hours lit.
Yeah,
it will move the market today, folks. So if you are in a trade, be careful. It will move the market.
Yeah. So don't think that whatever's happening now in 2 hours could evaporate in an instant. So, all right, good sir.
Sure.
I think that's it.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
We will catch you guys in the morning.